Alfred Robert Frederick IV. Arthur Michelson.
My name is Norbert Warzawa.
Art Greavy.
George Christofferson.
My name is Wayne Belling.
Marshall Deacon. I was in the 6th Armored Division. Served in Germany, World War II. Was on the front lines. Well, I was close to the German lines there, and then I got wounded, and got shrapnel all over my head. So I was in the hospital for 3 weeks. It was a tough life. General Patton was my general, you know. We call him the blood and guts, you know. His guts and our blood. He didn't care for nothing, you know. He just plow right through everything. Kept right on the go.
You're Mark's mother, aren't you?
Caught up at the past the lines of what are you guys waiting for, you know. Let's get going. And I was up there by Arvanches, France there then. So he got us going through there, you know. From there on, it was hell all over. I was there, so it just was going, well, actually from the beginning, you know, and until the war ended. Well, no, not quite, because when I got wounded, then I got sent home for 30 days. Then I went back to the front again, and then the 6th of January, and then my name came up for rotating to go home there for 30 days. And every time 30 days came up, then then there was no ship to bring us back, you know. So they give us another 15 days to stay home, and that was up, and no ship again, no troop carrier, that is. And then from that time on, they said, stay home until they'll call you when there's one ready. And then when we did come back, you know, then we landed back in France again the same day the war ended. You know. So it was a happy bunch there. Technician 5th grade. Was on the anti-aircraft and the half-track. You know. We was protecting all the like tanks and convoy and stuff like that all.
I was drafted in 1943, and I was with guys from Milwaukee, Detroit, and Chicago area, and we stayed together throughout the whole war. And we first were assigned to a tank destroyer unit in Texas, and about 6 months later, they decided they didn't need any in Europe. They transferred us to amphibious in California. And we trained over there and went overseas. We were on the USS Albemarle, a converted transport. And it took us 3 months to get overseas, and we made a dry run in New Guinea, and from there we went to the Philippines. We landed on January 9th, 1945 in Lingayen Gulf in Luzon Island. And from there, well, we took the infantry into the beach, and then in the meantime, after the invasion, we unloaded ships and did various things throughout the war. I was an assistant radio operator, and at one time we went out to pick up some aircraft matting from a ship, but the waves were so high that we sank 3 tractors that night, and I was the last one to be picked up by 2 colored guys in an amphibious duck. One is the Asia Pacific campaign, and the next one is American campaign and a Good Conduct Medal. And the last one we got was for Philippine liberation.
Well, it was during World War II and in the North Pacific hurricane season, which was bad out there, you know, and I went onto the China Sea and got assigned to a tanker, and we fueled task force in the China Sea and all around that area. You know, it's still in the Pacific yet.
Good morning.
But it was wild weather. But when they said about the hurricanes, in fact, we were really scheduled to invade Japan, you know, until the bombs were dropped. After the bombs were dropped, we were gonna invade it, you know, right after the hurricane season. But then we had orders, no matter if it is a hurricane season, you guys got to get over there. So you got to occupy the territory. I ended up in Tokyo Bay. We got to take that. Now, if that wasn't too bad, but we got in there and they gave us a little shore leave, and lucky enough in our shore leave, a hurricane was at like an earthquake came down from Hokkaido. USS Platte. I think there was one other tanker maybe that was larger than ours. We were one of the big ones, though. We fueled aircraft carriers, destroyers, you name it. You know, we throw hoses over both sides of our ship, you know. I was worried about those Japanese, you know, suicide pilots that would fly in and just crash into our, just to destroy us so that we couldn't fuel it, you know, all the task force. And my commanding officer ended up almost to be General MacArthur because he took over Tokyo Bay. So we headed on into Tokyo Bay and ran into all kinds of trouble there because the Japanese had sunk their ships in the bay. And there is oil, you know, on the surface. And our fresh water king wouldn't take it. So guys were all drinking water. And of course, we all got a terrible diarrhea thing. No, it was. That was bad because I know it. My first words to the guy in sick bay when I went in there, I think I'm going to pass out.
Oh, no.
And I did. I woke up a couple of hours later, though. But it was dysentery, really, that gets you. You know, it's poison surface we were drinking, you know.
Altogether, I was in the Army 42 months, 33 overseas. I was a tech sergeant, 3 stripes up, 2 down. I went to England on the Queen Mary, and it took 4.5 days to get there. We had to take turns sleeping on the deck and down below. And from England, I went to North Africa, landed in Oran, and went all across North Africa and to Tunis. And from Tunis, I went to Corsica. And from Corsica, I went to Italy, Fano, Italy. And then from there, I come home. B-25s, I was a turret specialist. I had to take care of the turrets and bomber X and 50 caliber machine guns. And then when they start sending over the new planes with a cannon in the nose, I had to go from Corsica back to Africa to learn all about the cannons. Then I had to come back to Corsica and teach the officers how to fire the cannons.
I was in the United States Navy from 1952 to 1956. And then from 1956 to about 59, I was in Naval Air Reserve down in Glenville, Illinois. And I belonged to Post 537 American Legion up at 92nd and Dwight Road. And this is my wife, Carol.
Tell them you were in Guam.
Oh, I was over in Guam. I was in the South Pacific, Hawaii, Wake Island.
And originally from the Fox Valley, but I've lived in Wauwatosa and Milwaukee since 1960. It's a privilege for me and anyone else like to be together on this momentous day, and we hope that people remember people that gave up great sacrifice. And as I said, I'm honored and privileged to be here. I was during the Korean War in 51 to 53, served in the medical corps, and many other people that I know didn't come back. And of course, as I say, it's our luck that we did, and we're honoring people that didn't.
Will do. Catch on my list. Thank you. Thank you. Fred, thank you so much. Thank you.
I was on a carrier, aircraft carrier, U.S. Nahena Bay, CBE 74. I left from the South Pacific. I was invading all the islands back there, Pearl Harbor and that. And, well, that is from the Chinese Sea. I got them from the Chinese, these medals. It was shooting down ships from the Chinese Sea and that, so they give me these medals and that. And those from all the islands that I was on.
See you again next year. Itself in there. One minute. Canada.
Well, it's a 1979 Excalibur. It was built right here in West Dallas. I bought it from the Brooks Stevens Auto Museum in 1999. I wanted to see the cars, and this one had a for sale sign on it, and I just liked it. So my wife agreed that we could buy it. It's a pretty well-made car. After all, it came out of a museum. It had 19,000 miles when I got it. It's got about 28,000 miles now. I'm the third owner of it. It never stayed in Wisconsin winter, even though it was made here in West Dallas. It was owned by two people down in North Carolina. This is your heater, fan, speed, the light switch down here, air pressure for the air horns, a tach, a speedometer with your odometer trip meter, a vacuum gauge, oil pressure, oil engine temperature, the gas gauge, the voltmeter, a clock, a radio, and down here we have switches for the extra driving lights, the air horn, the heater for it, the defroster, and for the temperature for heat, and air conditioner. The engine is a 454 Chevrolet. It was the same way it was put in a Suburban. It's got automatic transmission. It's got a quadrajet carburetor on it. And if I wanted to, I could possibly break a speed limit here or there.